Let's talk about Netflix's Trollhunters Rise of the Titans and Netflix's Manifest. Both of these have circular endings, where the story ends exactly where it started. The thing is, though, one of them did it right, and one of them did it completely wrong. Trollhunters Rise of the Titans. The Trollhunters Rise of the Titans movie is the conclusion to a story that ran across 3 different series and several seasons. The characters of Trollhunters, Three Below, and Wizards all come together to defeat the villains. And they do, but not without costs. Several people have died, including the main character Jim's best friend Toby. Jim decides the best way to fix this is to go back in time and try again, despite the fact that would bring back the villains they just defeated. He goes back in time, not just to the beginning of the movie, but to the beginning of the entire saga, back to the first episode of Trollhunters, the first of the 3 series. Manifest. In Manifest, the main characters got on a plane, and 5 years later came back not having aged a day and having no memory of where they were for the last 5 years. To them, it was just a normal plane trip. Now, they go back to their normal lives, and throughout the series, some of them and many other people die. The series spans across 5 years up to the death date, June 2nd, 2024, when the plane comes back. All the remaining passengers get back on and fly up into the sky while the apocalypse happens. The good passengers survive, and the evil ones puff into a pile of ash. The ones that remain all fly through divine consciousness, and when the plane lands, they are back at 2013 when their plane was supposed to land. It brings all the characters back to the beginning of the series. So what's the difference? Both series time-traveled their heroes back to the beginning of the story. What's wrong about one and good about the other? I'll break it down for you. Character arcs. In ROTT, Jim is the only character to remember the past timeline. Now, all the other characters' development and arcs are gone, and the entire movie just erases and retcons itself and everything that has happened before it. Everyone who got so much development and growth is kicked right back to stage 1, all the development rendered obsolete. Meanwhile, in Manifest, all the main characters, besides Grace, Cal, and Olive, all remember the whole past timeline. They all have their entire arcs and development behind them, and are just going to be healed people earlier. Not to mention, all of them remember it, so none of them are alone. Jim is just stuck in here like, I remember so much trauma that no one else remembers and no one can relate to me in this, which is kind of a depressing existence, to be honest. In ROTT, Jim may be grown, but everyone else loses their growth. Strickler's evil again. Dukesy lost all of his development with Merlin. Steve's a bully again, and on and on and on. I'm talking about the main characters here. Arcs demolished. In Manifest, Michaela still has forgiveness for herself. Ben's not so obsessive and has faith and hope in life. Adrian's not a cult leader. Egan wants to make up with his parents. Everyone keeps their growth. In ROTT, the characters' stories are null and void. Villains. In ROTT, the villains of the movie that they just defeated are brought back when Jim goes back in time, along with every other villain that the characters defeated across the 3 series. I know that they got dead friends back too, but is it really worth it? All that progress is destroyed. For all Jim knows, things could go worse this time. They could lose to the villains this time. Even more people could be killed. In Manifest, Angelina and her followers all die, being punished for evil, before the characters are sent back in time. So in this new timeline, they don't exist. The villains are still defeated. To end a story with dead characters being brought back to life, only to resurrect the people that killed them as well, and just hope that things end up differently this time, it's insanity. Who says the villains won't kill Toby again? Who says they won't kill Jim this time? You have no way to know. Time travel theme. Another thing is the theme of time travel in the show. Time travel is the entire premise of Manifest, and it's starting with time traveling and then ending with time traveling makes sense and is circular in the right way. Meanwhile, a time travel ending is a bit stranger for ROTT. Time travel is present in the story. There's a time travel episode of Trollhunters, and the entire plot of Wizards is going back in time to the land of King Arthur and Morgana. But it's not the core of the story like it is in Manifest, so it is not nearly as poetic to end with this twist. Especially since in ROTT, time travel didn't become important until later in the story. Ending versus not an ending. The thing with the circular ending is that in Manifest, although it's circular, we still know how it ends. In Rise of the Titans, we have no idea what's going to happen next. We have no idea if the characters that were friends will become friends again, if all the redeemed jerks will be redeemed again, who will live and who will die, what direction the character arcs are going. ROTT's ending isn't an ending. It's a sloppy attempt at an open ending that is really just a bunch of unconcluded plotlines and retcon story so that they don't actually have to decide what happens. In Manifest, the characters' arcs are concluded, and it is a somewhat open ending, but it's just enough mystery and just enough lack of mystery to leave me satisfied. The characters are all still friends. We know exactly who ends up with who, romantically. We know that the characters all live this time because the villains were defeated. The redeemed people are still redeemed, and everyone has an ending. And we don't know what exactly they'll do going forwards, but we know where they are in life.